Fala galera, tudo bem com vocês? O Play Chat é um dos maiores podcasts sobre Valorant, e ele é composto por casters da língua inglesa. E recentemente eles falaram sobre o Last Chance Latam, fizeram uma análise rápida sobre a FÚRIA e falaram sobre o problema dos times brasileiros, e também comentaram sobre a Loud. E legendamos esse trecho aqui pra gente conferir. Mas antes da gente conferir, pessoal, queria pedir que você conferisse se tá inscrito aqui no canal. Mais de 50% do público que assiste nossos vídeos não são inscritos. Então confere aí e já deixa aquele like.
The other team that qualified in the LCQ were FÚRIA. They made it to champions last year. They made it again this time. They lost to Crew in the upper bracket final 3-0, which is par for the course when you're playing against Crew and you're a Brazilian team. That is just the trend. But I still have belief in this FÚRIA roster. I do think they have some serious upset potential in that lower group. Like I said earlier in the show, they really surprised me at last year's champions. I think they were one of the teams that didn't look nervous stepping onto the stage. Matter of fact, I think they rose to the occasion. I think they kind of overperformed despite losing. All of their games were so close, and what they were actually doing within the rounds was excellent. Their calling was really good. Their mid rounds were great. So I have some belief there. I mean, you was your player of the week last week, Josh, but Jazin is a great pickup. He's playing pretty damn well for the squad. So I have some belief in the upset potential of FÚRIA, but also their group is pretty damn stacked. They're going to have to fight for every win really hard. Which is the thing working against them the most, right? You don't see it happening though?
No, I just don't see it happening. I mean, I think they'd have to get the early upset game against DRX to put themselves in a good position. And even then, they're fighting against either, at that point, probably DRX 100 Thieves to be able to make it out of the group. And I just don't think they're going to be able to win 2 of those games. I think they can win 1, but I don't think they're going to be consistent enough to get out of a group like that, which has 2 teams that are guaranteed to be pretty good and 1 team that could be really good.
Yeah. I'm in like pretty much just the same boat where like it's pretty much the same as heading into last champions where like they'll probably play really close, some upset potential. And when I was watching them, like that Khalil guy, when he's playing on the controller is pretty fucking nuts. Like he was pulling off a few like wild clutches for them, a pretty consistent guy. But it's like at the end of the day, I feel like FÚRIA is a similar style of team to when the last time we saw them at champions. Like they're solid. They have a little bit of that like kind of Brazilian spice where they'll get aggressive, sometimes get in your face. But overall, I just say they're like an honest, solid team that will do honestly and solidly internationally.
Brazil
what do you think is missing from their team? Because it seems like they have all the right pieces, but they just can't get it over that line. So it's like is there some kind of like phenomenon that's happening in Valorant that's affecting all of these teams? Because I just feel like there's so many teams in the scene right now that you can see lifting a trophy, but they just can't, including us.
Yeah. I think for FÚRIA and for Brazilian teams in general, apart from Loud, they tend to miss a lot of steps in terms of like how they approach the game. I think they've got they've got these like elaborate executes, but they end up just running their heads into brick walls a lot, and I feel like the other teams have a better understanding of when to freeze the round or when to try and create space on the other side of the map and set up some lurk play. I feel like whenever we watch the Brazilian teams play internationally, apart from Loud, it tends to be a bit one-dimensional, just kind of running in there and trying to set yourselves up for aim duels as much as you possibly can, which ends up, I think, just getting read and crushed once you play globally. The Brazilian teams have been the worst at translating their success to global tournaments, apart from Loud, but they actually didn't get any success in the most recent one. So that's another storyline to keep track of, I think, too. Was Loud a flash in the pan? I don't think they were, but it would be deadly disappointing if they also fell over.
Mas e aí, você concorda com o que foi falado? Já deixa sua opinião aí nos comentários e vamos para a próxima notícia. O NUUH é um dos maiores streamers de Valorant, e desde que ele saiu da Dick, ele estava sem organização. E hoje finalmente foi anunciada a nova organização do NUUH, que é a Los Grandes. No seu Twitter oficial, a organização falou o seguinte: NUUH, finalmente podemos anunciar a chegada do NUUH. Estamos muito felizes de fazer parte da realização dos seus sonhos e dessa sua linda caminhada até aqui. Bem-vindo à Onda Laranja, NUUH na Los Grandes. E o NUUH também falou sobre sua entrada na organização. Orgulho em fazer parte de uma organização gigante que eu almejo há muito tempo. NUUH agora é da Onda Laranja, faz o L. Pois é, o NUUH finalmente anunciou sua nova organização, e é a Los Grandes. Após ele sair da UG, teve bastante pedido pra ele ir pra Loud fazer o L. E o NUUH até brincou com isso no anúncio.
Vocês pediram muito pra eu fazer o L, né? Então toma!
Pois é, de uma forma ou de outra, o NUUH fez o L. Desejamos uma boa sorte ao NUUH nessa sua nova caminhada. Mas qual a sua opinião sobre tudo isso? Já deixa aí nos comentários, deixa também aquele like, se inscreve no canal pra não perder nada. Aquele abraço, até o próximo vídeo.